Welcome back to Indiana Diecast Racing. This is the continuing first round action of the Final Fantasy Fracas, and today we've got groups 23 and 24. Competing in Group 23, it's the Speed Bump Spectacular. The first of 4 speed bumps is driven by Umiko, returning from her short-lived appearance in the House Cup. Umiko is representing Filipiak Performance Diecast in Sterling, weighing in at 74 grams. In a bright yellow speed bump called Short Pants, it's Numskull from Numskull Racing. His shorty weighs 60 grams, and Numskull already has 2 cars in round 2. From Flips Racing, Sunset is driving Speed Hump, which weighs 64 grams, so we've got another family rivalry match. And also in this group, because there's only 4 speed bumps in the entire tournament, Thomas is driving Keep Bumpin', also for Filipiak Performance Diecast. He comes in at a group high 76 grams. There's actually a ton of weight on the track considering these vehicles are super thin. Umiko and Numskull start up front, Sunset and Thomas in the back. Umiko slots into the lead with Sunset right behind her. Sunset looks inside but can't get it done. Sunset all over the place. Now Umiko spins. They come to the final straight. And Numskull makes a last second pass to drive from third for the win. Umiko is second, Sunset third, and Thomas fourth. Umiko easily beats out the outside lane to turn 2 and correctly goes to the outside for Echo Base, but nearly allows Sunset to put a nose on the inside. Then she must have been rattled or overconfident or something because she spins for no reason on the north side of the square, allowing Sunset and Numskull to catch her, and she was only able to block one of them at a time. Numskull with a great reverse double pass and a win to get us started. Rotating puts Sunset on the pole with Umiko on the outside. The inside lane takes a strong lead and Thomas exits too awkwardly. Sunset flies through the S, but Thomas is charging. Rounding the final turn, Sunset gets loose and Thomas rockets past for the second last-minute lap, stealing win of the day. That was really hard to say. Thomas has early issues on the coroplast, seemingly giving up the challenge for first. He gets a couple bumps from behind, allowing him to keep pace with Sunset, slowly closing the gap the entire distance around the Savage Square. Sunset's little wobble on the final straight is just enough to allow Thomas to fly past for the win. Numskull still leads, but only 2 points separate top from bottom at the midway point. Thomas and Sunset continue where they left off, Numskull and Umiko in the back. Sunset gets a good jump, but man, that inside lane advantage is tough to overcome. Sunset holds off Numskull and Thomas leads. Whoa, some chaos in Echo Base as the group smashes together. Numskull in trouble in the back and Sunset challenging Thomas, but Thomas will hold on for back-to-back wins. Umiko claims third, and we've got our first DNF of the day as Numskull's off track, ironically checking out the Flips Racing sticker. Taking a closer look, Thomas actually got a little loose entering Echo Base and Sunset tried to take out the AT-ATs going way high in the turn. I think he was momentarily underneath Numskull, who winds up spinning out. And the scoreboard gets rocked. In the span of 2 laps, Thomas goes from worst to first, now holding a 1-point lead over second place Sunset. Lap 4 puts the points underdogs Numskull and Umiko on the inside lane. Thomas with a good start, but Numskull pulls ahead. Numskull leads, and Umiko throws a slide block on the coroplast. Numskull way ahead as Thomas and Sunset connect in the back. Lap 4 is going to be all Numskull. Umiko takes second. Here comes Thomas for third. And Sunset is curbside over by a Japanese Zero near the final turn. That shakes things up for a final time as Thomas holds on to win the group and Numskull vaults past Sunset to take second in what is the closest final standings we've had so far this year. On to Group 24, where I'll hopefully stop over-enunciating, with Longhorn representing Dubious Diecast in Chrome, a 50-gram Alpha Pursuit. Also in an Alpha Pursuit, Napoleon is from Grumpy Cloud Racing in the cockpit of Waterloo, weighing in at 54 grams. Representing miniature car racing, Blue Force has brought his stock 34-gram Alpha Pursuit called I Am the Law, a reference to the outstanding comic book hero Judge Dredd. And in the fourth Alpha, in a silver bullet called Copper Charger, it's Wolfie Wolfgang from Funky Mother Chicken Racing. Wolfie's ride weighs 60 grams. Longhorn and Napoleon start up front, Blue Force and Wolfie in the back. Longhorn quickly pulls ahead, but Blue Force stays with him. Longhorn gets loose, Blue Force gets smacked by Napoleon. Napoleon takes a hit from Wolfie as the front pair pull away. Lap 1's going to be Longhorn and Blue Force. Here comes Napoleon to roll across for third, and Wolfie Wolfgang will start off with a DNF over by the C47. A little bit of wildness and a couple collisions to start off the back nine, but only the third DNF of the day. Dubious Diecast on top after one. Blue Force shares the front row with Longhorn for lap 2. They enter turn 2 neck and neck, and Longhorn forces his way past lightweight Blue Force. Wolfie makes the pass as well and gets sideways. He gets some help as Longhorn takes off. Longhorn turns in back-to-back wins from the front row. Wolfie Wolfgang takes second, Napoleon is third, and not a good sign, Blue Force only manages fourth after starting on the pole. Blue Force is really outclassed in weight, and it really showed on this lap. He wound up being unable to fully clear Longhorn, who muscles his way out front, and from there it's all downhill, literally and figuratively, for the driver from miniature car racing. Longhorn with a solid 4-point lead, but this one's not close to done yet. Wolfie assumes the pole in last, but he'll be up front for the remaining laps. Blue Force initially gets a nose ahead, and they're dead even heading into Hogwarts. Wolfie playing some major defense, but he's hanging on as they slide around, and Blue Force is on his roof. Ooh, Wolfie gets hammered by Napoleon, who takes the lead, with Longhorn not far behind, who tries to pass driving Mater style, can't get it done, and this one's gonna go to Napoleon. This one's a double DNF, and we'll go to replay to see why. Racing this lap was super close, and Wolfie's blocking caused massive chaos as they bounced around through the S. Blue Force hits the wall and rolls, then Wolfie catches some air just in time to get smacked by Napoleon. Well, that couldn't have gone any worse for Wolfie and Blue Force, who have mathematically eliminated themselves. This one's over, but we've got one more lap to run. It's Napoleon and Wolfie up front, Longhorn and Blue Force in the back. The group leaders are both on the inside lane, and they look to be planning on padding their stats. They get spread out, and Blue Force spins in the back. Napoleon rolls, and the resulting collisions puts Longhorn out front. He'll beat out Wolfie for the win, and here comes Blue Force for third. Longhorn wins 3 out of 4 laps, and Napoleon collects the other one as the pair advance to round 2. Congratulations to Thomas, Numbskull, Longhorn, and Napoleon. This has been Jim D for Indiana Diecast Racing. Be sure to check in next time for more slightly above mediocre diecast racing and the continuing round 1 action of the Final Fantasy Fracas.